that's the whole idea, that you cannot make art by yourself. It takes a team. So, for example, for a movie, you need a location coordinator, you need a writer, you need actors, you need director, producer, and all of these people, they need different skills in order to make the movie come to life. So I think that us supporting the whole Faculty of Humanities also, in a way, resembles what true art making is like.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MCWCast, the podcast for anyone considering studying, currently enrolled, employed, or looking back at their time in the Media and Culture department. My name is Rosalyn, and I'm your host for today's episode. Today's guests are the chair and treasurer and the secretary and head of external affairs, Natalie and Nick from StudioM. StudioM is a student-led organization within the Humanities department, which focuses on producing projects for our students. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Here at the MCWCast, we like to start with a couple intro questions. So what's your favorite way to consume media?
I would say the cinema, reading, and also just listening to music.
Yeah, I enjoy listening to music on my headphones and going to the cinema to watch the movies.
And do you have a favorite film or song?
It's really funny because during Welcome Week, this is how we would present ourselves. What's your name and favorite movie? And ever since then, it hasn't changed. I love Paris, Texas by Wim Wenders.
Okay, if we're going classic, I would also say like...
I'm sorry for the classics.
I think I would say 12 Angry Men also. It's one of my favorite films.
Yeah, okay, that's really good. Yeah.
I guess you are Media and Culture students.
Yes.
So what led you to Media and Culture department?
Well, I always had an interest in filmmaking, so I think I wanted to learn more about the theory part of it. So yeah, I was just searching on universities in Europe, and this came up. And yeah, I just thought to take a chance at it.
Yeah, I'm a singer, and I have been performing in musical and choirs, and I've been on stage. And I really wanted to see what's the other side of media and art making. So a little bit more about the theory and analyzing, also what happens backstage with producing and so on. So that's how I decided to come here.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your background academically. Where are you from?
I was born in the U.S., but I'm from Cyprus. And my background, is I've done a lot of directing and writing. So
Really good movies.
amazing movies, yeah.
What are some of the films you've directed?
They're like short films. I did them a few years ago. I did my first short film, and I did a few of like student-led short films.
And what about you? Where are you from, and what's your kind of academic background?
I'm from Bulgaria, and my major is media and culture. I specialize in film and television. Currently, I'm doing a minor in arts and cultural management in UvA in Amsterdam. So I think that's about it, my academic background. I also do a lot of courses outside of the university in other universities that are short courses.
How have you found the film specialization in the Media and Culture department? How do you feel is it a good one?
Yeah, I really like it. I just, so as I said, I came to study media and culture because I wanted to see the other side of art making. And then the first year when we had the introduction courses, the one that I was the most excited about and that I enjoyed the most was Introduction to Film. And this is how I decided that I want to specialize in film and television.
And as a filmmaker, do you feel like the film specialization is quite good here?
Yeah, I guess so, but it's not really a practical course. It's more about the history of filmmaking, I guess. But it's also nice to pick up and understand the like tropes and stuff like that happen in Hollywood cinema. Like Hollywood Beyond was a really nice course.
Yeah.
Because you kind of, you pick up more easy how a film is constructed.
Yeah, that's also what I would say, that I like what we study, but I think we're missing a little bit on the practical things. So that's why I would say that doing courses like, for example, we have a workshop for audiovisual media. Doing a course like this or doing a project with StudioM can give you the practical knowledge that is lacking in the university courses.
Yeah, you mentioned StudioM. How did you find StudioM, and maybe you can give a little bit of a history of StudioM? Because I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm not sure, like, where did it get its start?
Yeah, so every year when new media and culture students come to begin their education in Utrecht University, They have a welcome week, and during the welcome week, we do an activity where we present ourselves. It's a small activity that is like a very, very small version of our Film 49 event that is happening soon. So we give them a prop that they have to incorporate and make a movie that's about 1 minute or something like this. When I came here during my welcome week, I did this activity and I really liked the activity itself, and I really liked that somebody's organizing this. So I asked them, can I be part of the organization? It was literally on my first day here. And then they told me, yeah, at the end of the year, we're going to open signups. So stay on the watch out for then. And that's how I became part of StudioM. But currently, this is the 8th year that it has been existing. Before this, it was Praktijkbureau Theater. And I'm not pronouncing it correctly in Dutch, but Praktijkbureau Film, Praktijkbureau Theater. These two student organizations have been existing for 30 years before, and they were helping students realize their creative projects. But 8 years ago, they decided to merge power and become StudioM, just because they realized how there's a huge crossover in media forms, and a lot of new media types are arising, and that's why StudioM is aiming to cover all of these different types of media and support students a little bit more.
And what about you?
The first time I learned about StudioM was through Film 49. And then, I ran into one of the board members and they asked me if I wanted to join because they were also searching for members. And I decided this year to join. I think it was in September, October, around that time.
And you've both mentioned Film 49. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, it's a 49-hour challenge to make your own film. Each group has their own, the same type of equipment that we rent from Budget Camp. And basically, the only thing we have to, the guidelines they have is to find their own prop, to incorporate the prop into the film, incorporate a line of dialogue and a character's name. But other than that, it's fully free to do whatever they want with the equipment. And just experiment and make a short film.
It's basically a weekend where you don't sleep and write, shoot, and edit a movie.
And it's an activity that you guys put on every year,
yes.
correct? Yeah.
It's the most famous and stable activity of StudioM that has been going on for, I think, since the beginning, for 8 years. And people know it, expect it. And it's really fun to, you can sign up with your friends, but you can also sign up as an individual, and you can meet people there and create a movie together. And then we screen it in Kinepolis, and you can see your movie on an actual cinema screen, which is pretty exciting.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
And is there a requirement to be from the Media and Culture Department to sign up for Film 49?
Well, no, because we support the whole Faculty of Humanities. So it can be students that study, for example, literary studies, religious studies, history. It can be all of these different studies. They can sign up if they have interest in film and they want to get a little bit of more practical experience in art making. It's absolutely no problem. We just have a huge audience for media and culture because this is where most of us are from and where most of the people that have this interest are located, like study.
So it's a really good opportunity for students from other faculties that are still in the humanities umbrella that would like to have a filmmaking experience.
That's the whole idea, that you cannot make art by yourself. It takes a team. So, for example, for a movie, you need a location coordinator, you need a writer, you need actors, you need director, producer. And all of these people, they need different skills in order to make the movie come to life. So I think that us supporting the whole Faculty of Humanities also, in a way, resembles what true art making is like. So, yeah.
That's very beautiful. So it is still a competition, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
It is a competition. They can win awards, yeah.
How is the competition judged?
It's judged by a jury that we choose. It can be, for the past few years, it has been always professors from the university. But last year and this year, we decided to also incorporate people from the actual film field in Utrecht, or past alumni that are working in this field, just because we believe that it will be nice to have a little bit of a foreign perspective onto the making of the movies.
Yeah, and this isn't the only activity that you all put on each year, right? There's other activities going on as well. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about those.
Do you want to?
Another
Yeah.
activity I'm also supervising is Theater Jam,
Yeah.
which with some other associations we're coming together to make a play, a student-led play. And yeah, now we're in the writing process with our director. And soon we're going to have rehearsals, and it's going to come out in June. So that's the thing we're really excited also for it to come out.
We already have the sign-ups. It's a first-come, first-served basis, and we have 5 groups that we're going to show. Each film that they make is around 15 minutes.
Yeah, so you have 5-minute, 15-minute intervals. Sounds very lovely. Have either of you presented or performed in the Film 49 before this?
Yeah, I've co-directed one of the short films from 2 years ago.
Did you win?
I think we won best film, actually. I think that.
Oh, look at you.
And do you feel like with your past in filmmaking and then specifically with Film 49 that you gained more practical skills by participating?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't say I gained new skills. I would say it was interesting to work with other people that are on different wavelengths. So it was really interesting to work with a group that I had no prior experience with, which is a genuine experience in itself, I would say, like skill set. But also, I mean, that's what's so nice about the challenge. Anybody who hasn't even picked up a camera in their life can join Film 49 and make their own film. I think that's amazing. Also, Blueberry Records is another one. I guess you can add to this.
We started it last year, Blueberry Records, but this is an activity where we open submissions for musicians to submit their original songs that they have written, recorded, produced. They have to submit a demo. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course, but we choose the one that we, let's say, believe in the most, like the most, even though everything that we've seen so far has been really beautiful. And then we offer the winner a professional recording in a real music studio so that they can release their song on music platforms and, start their career.
So you really cover a wide range of things. It's not just
Yes.
filmmaking, it's also performance and also music and production and
Yes.
creation. So it's really like kind of a open platform for students.
Absolutely. And these are just the activities that we organize to help students get into the art making magic, let's say. But we also support students' projects. They can come to us with an idea, for example, to make a book, a podcast, a video game, a theater play, film, music, whatever. It can be literally whatever. And we support them financially and also with our own knowledge of art and art making.
Yeah, so you offer the student body quite a lot of opportunities to get kind of a practical experience.
Yes.
Alongside their academic experience.
Exactly. The main goal is to put the academic knowledge that they've gained in the university into practical use.
Yeah.
Basically.
And do you see that this is like a really good opportunity to add to someone's portfolio or to add to a CV maybe for future job offers?
Definitely. I don't think if you have experienced it, because this is your first year, but I've been doing StudioM for 2 years now. And last year, I applied to a short course of film producing in LFS, London Film School. Mm-hmm. And I basically got accepted because I've been part of the StudioM board and I have been helping produce so many projects for these past 2 years. Also, being part of this board made me realize that I want to be a producer myself and help make any type of creative projects come to life. So this has definitely shown me what the steps are like and what I need to do in order to get there.
Yeah, so not only is it an opportunity for student-led projects, it's also an opportunity as a board member.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so...
Huge opportunity, yeah.
How many board members are there?
Currently we're 4.
4?
Yeah, but the roles vary depending on the needs that we have. Last year we were 5 people. Before that, there were also 4. So it changes, I would say, depending on what roles we need.
And what does that entail as being a board member? Are you choosing the projects that you're going to fund? Are you doing the day-to-day? What does the role entail?
We choose the projects and we support them, yes. And so I would say it depends on the role that we have in the board, but the tasks that we all do together is choose which projects we want to support and help come to life, and organize the events that we host.
Yeah. Yeah, I would also say like it depends on the role, yeah. But there is like a 7 to 8 hour work hours during the week. So that's what you would expect to do in the board.
So a prospective board member can expect 7 to 8 hours of a work week and also be involved in kind of the production side of things, like you mentioned. So if someone has that kind of drive and is interested in maybe behind the scenes work, a board member position would be really nice for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Sure. I've just had experience in music, so that's why I can really help with the Blueberry Records activity. But Nick, because he's a filmmaker, a really good one. No, I'm serious. And he can help with the scripts and giving tips to the directors and all of these things. So it's nice that we kind of cover both of these sides, and we still get to experience the making while also being kind of backstage.
Yeah. And board member positions open soon?
Yes.
Yeah. When do you call for those?
We're going to announce it during Film 49, and then afterwards people can start signing up. And then we'll have the interviews, and we'll choose our next board and hopefully have it in action around July.
And then with Blueberry Records, which I feel like is very much a passion project for you, do you feel like you're calling for more song suggestions, or at this point you're kind of stopped and next year will be open again?
Currently, we just chose our winner for this year, and now I am working with him to get him into the studio, to finish the demo and get him into the studio, and hopefully release the song by the end of this year, I think. But I've definitely learned a lot about the process of how it happens, because I've been a lot on stage, but I've been in a studio once or twice when I was recording a cover. And it was also an opportunity that I got because of my vocal coach. She gave me this Christmas gift. And I felt super nice, and I learned a lot. So that's why I'm very passionate about Blueberry Records, for people to go into the studio as it is.
And does StudioM use a lot of the equipment and stuff of their own, or are they partnered with the university in that way?
We partner with the university because we're an organization that is part of the university. So we do use some of the equipment that is here, which is very helpful, and we're very thankful for this. And for Film 49 specifically, we rent the equipment because we need a lot more sets that all need to be absolutely the same. And in order to ensure that every group has the same, let's say, starting point and resources, we have to rent somewhere else. And for the Blueberry Records, we also partner with external studio, just because I don't think that the university has a recording studio and a mixer. And also the music engineer is a big part of the process. Yeah. He also helps a lot with his knowledge and ideas on the song. But last year we had an event which is called Slab 7. Hopefully also it will happen in the future, but it depends on the next board, of course. And for this one, we did use the cameras from the university. It was an event about making an anthology movie. So we had 5 groups again that made a movie, including the same prop, but based on their own perception of it. So last year our prop was a phone, but they can use an old phone or a digital phone, and they can center the story around whatever they want to and how they perceive the phones, and then we put this together.
And that's Slab 7.
Slab 7.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see that again soon. Yes,
hopefully, yeah. Because it's a really cool thing where students also collaborate with the professors. And I like the fact that we're bridging a little bit between the gap, because we can learn so much from our professors, not only in the lecture halls, but also practical-wise, since I've talked with a lot of them and they do want to give a lot more knowledge that is practical to their students.
And what would you say in your time at StudioM has been kind of the best thing that you've gotten out of it?
What is the best thing that we got out of it?
Yeah, like what was your best experience? What was your best skill that you learned? Did you rely so much on your friends that you have now? What would you say is your kind of highlight of StudioM?
Oh, that's a question that I haven't thought about. I really don't know. I would say the highlight is that when I came into the interview to become the part of the board for StudioM, I said I want to be everything but the treasurer. And then I explained to them what I want to do in the future. And I just said that I don't want to be the treasurer because I almost failed math my last year in high school. But then they explained to me what the role was about. And I was like, okay, well, that actually sounds pretty interesting. I actually like it. And I started as the treasurer. And I really loved it. And I saw that I actually love doing finance. I mean, it happened that this year I was also the treasurer of another organization that's called StukaFest. I'm also doing a finance course right now. So I would say this is, for me, the biggest highlight, that I found something about myself that I was kind of afraid of. But StudioM helped me go past that and actually realize that I'm good at it and I like doing it.
Yeah, it gave an opportunity to kind of find something out about yourself that you wouldn't have had without it.
Yes.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And for you?
Yeah, I think just learning on a basic level to do producing and coordinating all these different events from students.
Yeah, and I think that it's a really good opportunity, as you mentioned before, to kind of meet people that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, from different parts of the study, specializations, or even from different faculties within the humanities. I think that that's a really beautiful part about StudioM, is the community building.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
So, here at the MCWCast, we also like to do a little this or that segment. I will ask you each which of the two you prefer, this or that.
Yeah.
Give your fast answer.
Okay,
Are you ready?
yeah.
Yes.
There's no awards.
Oh, come on.
City Center or Science Park?
City
City
Center.
Center.
Film or television?
Film,
Theater or dance?
Dance.
theater.
Literary research or interviews?
Interviews.
Interviews.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
I'm going to sit this one out.
In front of the camera or behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, for sure.
I don't know. Let's say behind the scenes, yeah. I mean,
Disney or Pixar?
Pixar.
Pixar, I guess.
An action or a rom-com?
I would say action, I guess.
Rom-com.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Old Hollywood or the streaming age?
Old Hollywood.
Streaming age? Scary face. I'm like, what are you saying?
Cinema at home or cinema in the theater?
In the theater.
In the theater.
A play or a musical?
Oh, musical. Come on.
Musical, yeah.
Yay, you won. Nothing, because I don't have an award
Oh.
for you.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
If you want an award, you'll have to go to the Film 49 event. Sign up, make sure.
Yes.
And we also like to end on a closing question, and that is, with your time within the Media and Culture Department and also within StudioM, what is something that you would like to tell a prospective student or someone that's currently studying and is a little bit unsure of what to do next? What's a piece of advice that you would like to give them?
I would say that there are a lot of opportunities in the university that are not in the spotlight, I would say. Like, for example, being a board member in an organization like this. Also, there's a lot of studios for recording, editing, recording this podcast and all of this that we can use. But a lot of students don't know about this. So I would say talk to your professors, go on the website and have a look around, go on the Instagram page of the Humanities, the Media and Culture one, and really search for something that fits what you want, because there are a lot of opportunities to kind of make our skills better or add new skills, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, also we just have so many resources. Like anything you want it to come to life, it's StudioM gives you that opportunity. And I think especially if you're year 1 or year 2, I think it's a great initiative to take to try and be part of the sport. You learn a lot in 3 years. I wish I had more time to do it, to be honest, because yeah, just came in October, so I'm here just a few months.
Well, thank you so much for joining us at the MCWCast. It has been
Thank you.
very lovely
for
getting
having
a
us.
chat.
Yeah.
If you are interested in film or performance or even performing a song, we have StudioM here in Utrecht University with Blueberry Records, the Film 49, Slap 7. Am I missing another thing?
Theater Jam.
Theater Jam. Don't
Yeah.
forget that. And check out their board positions as well if you're interested in behind the scenes pre-production and post-production work.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
You're so sweet and really good at this.
Thanks.
Yeah.